You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, it's time again for Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that can't believe there wasn't any Crash Bandicoot games announced for the PlayStation 5. Where's Crash Bandicoot?
Maybe going to Xbox.
Yeah. I'm Cody, the #1 Crash Bandicoot fanboy.
I'm Josh, I'm more of a Gex guy.
I'm Bubsy's best friend, Sam.
I'm Sam, and I love Spyro.
You love that dragon boy.
I love the dragon.
He gets all the gems.
We have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news to go over, but first let's talk about some things we have been checking out this week. Who wants to start?
You guys all play that Crash Bandicoot remaster?
I haven't. I've been wanting to, though, honestly.
It actually is. It's really good.
It's
I've
good?
been playing
Yeah.
it off and on recently, actually.
Yeah, no joke. It is really good.
I mean, I have it, but I haven't touched it.
It's been on sale a lot off and on, so if you have any interest in it, it's not hard to get it for pretty cheap.
That's cool. Hey, speaking of sales and games and check 'em outs, so on the Switch, they had a big sale the other day, and Mortal Kombat 11 was on sale, so I picked it up. Hey, someone asked me, how's Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch?
How's Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch?
It's not great.
Oh, no.
It's super not good. So, like, it runs it's very laggy, surprisingly, almost embarrassingly laggy in some spots. The fighting itself is fine. You could tell that's where the team that did the port put like all over their time and effort, like to make sure the fights worked correctly. And those I have no problem with. But the graphics are not awesome. Hair graphics in particular have a pretty significant dip from the PS4 and Xbox version to the Switch. It is unpleasant to look at. Menus will like speed up and slow down depending on how many effects are on the screen at any given moment. The mouth flap for the fight intros, outros, that sort of thing, a lot of times do not line up with the dialogue because of lag issues. There's one intro that I swear is going to end up crashing the game. Yeah, there's a fight intro where Cassie Cage turns her back to the opposing player and takes a selfie on a cell phone, and it like chugs every time that happens. It is, yeah, it's bad, and probably the worst offender is... So the last couple of Mortal Kombat games have this mode called the Crypt, and it's basically how you go through and unlock everything.
That's what I've heard, that the Crypt is almost unplayable.
You can barely see it because the contrast is turned up so high. Like the whole thing is supposed to be dark and moody, but you just can't see anything. And I have, on no less than 4 occasions, had it crash out to what I swear is almost like the desktop. Like if I were playing on PC, it would crash to the desktop. Like the whole thing like locks the Switch completely. Requires full reboot. It's bad. It's a bad time. Would not recommend.
I mean, I didn't plan on picking it up on the Switch anyway, because...
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm a fighting game guy, but growing up, my household was very much a Street Fighter house. We weren't really a Mortal Kombat house, the excess blood and gore and all that stuff. Plus, I like the movements and the special moves more for Street Fighter. I like tilts instead of straight up directional inputs. I think I have a harder time playing Mortal Kombat games because of that. But I love the stupid narrative that Mortal Kombat games put out. It is equally the worst and the best. It is like playing an interactive bad movie night movie, basically. There's so many convoluted things with, we have to go to this realm to get the secret amulet of Shinnok, and Raiden's gone evil, and oh no, and this one has time travel in it, so there's 2 Johnny Cages, and one of them's a dink.
I can't believe people take it seriously, but they do.
They do, and that boggles the mind. But so I picked up this game. 1, it was on sale, and 2, they recently came out with a bonus to their story mode, which makes the story mode last roughly 15 hours.
Good Lord, that's way too much.
But if you're sitting back and laughing at the ridiculousness and kind of going, this sucks, but play it for an hour and get a chuckle and then put it down, and then pick it up, play it for an hour and chuckle and put it down, it's worth the half price that I picked it up for. But
are the cutscenes just straight up videos?
No, they're not. But they no, everything is done with in-game models, which is kind of which is fascinating. It's also why I think a lot of the stuff is kind of laggy, because it's just having trouble rendering that many in-game models for that amount of time. Also, Ronda Rousey is just the pits. She was stunt cast as Sonya Blade. Not even for the her visual. They didn't mocap her face. Sonya Blade doesn't look like Ronda Rousey, but she sounds like Ronda Rousey, and she delivers all of her lines like this.
That's called acting.
It's I guess I'm just bad at telling when acting is good, apparently. No, Johnny Cage, get away from the magic portal. It's like that, and it's just...
Yikes.
It's just the worst. But the one gleaming thing I could say about it, well, there are a couple. The guest characters, which the last couple of Mortal Kombat games have had, characters that are not part of the Mortal Kombat storyline that show up in the game. This time they got RoboCop, and they got Peter Weller to voice him, the original RoboCop, and it's just so good to see RoboCop fighting people and doing the thing. They also got
Keith David.
He voices Spawn, which he voiced Spawn in the HBO cartoon from
Larry David.
2000. Larry David, yeah, that's it.
Larry David Spawn.
And the best one, I think, they got the actor who played Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat movie, Kari Haruyuki Takawa, to come in and do both facial mocap and vocals for the Shang Tsung character. And he's basically the star of the bonus story mode content. And that actor is just the best. The way he is so slimy and so charismatic that it just works so well. It's great. So I would say pick up the game if you have a system that's not the Nintendo Switch. Don't get the Switch version. It just barely runs. It's not a good time. This is kind of an anti-check 'em out.
Yeah, I got the My Hero Academia fighting game because it was on sale for $15.
You didn't tell me this. This is news to me, too.
Yeah, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well...
hopefully it's good, because $15 is a good deal.
That's a really good deal. I almost picked up Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Fighters, because it was marked down from $60 down to $15. But then I saw that the DLC is well over $100 to get.
Oh my god!
Wait. For what game?
Dragon Ball Fighters or Fighter Z.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they put out 3 seasons worth of DLC characters at 2 of them are at $25 a piece. One of them's at $35 a piece, and then there are various other things that go into it. So. Yeah, you could pay $15 to get into the game, but to be tournament legal for anything, you have to drop at least $100 on top of
insane.
And no thank you. I don't have that much of a care for the Dragon Ball characters anyway, but I was going to pick it up because it looked cheap, and the Arc Sys, they do really good fighting games, and just visually it looked interesting. But
you don't want to pay $200 to play as 5 different versions of Goku.
Yeah, I don't want to play Oops All Gokus.
Speaking of Arc system works. I played a little bit of River City Girls the other day.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's great. It's a fun little beat 'em up. It's very much inspired by River City Ransom, the NES game, where you just walk around and scroll through and beat up thugs. But also there's a big shopping component where you get new equipment and like moves and stuff. And the art and animation is fantastic, and the writing is actually pretty funny.
Oh, it looks super great. Yeah, I've been looking at that one for a while as well.
Yeah, it's really good. It's Way Forward that developed it, and they always do a good job. I mean, they're the Shantae people.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the new Shantae did come out on console. I have played all the way through that. It's really good. It's a Metroidvania. So if you like those, this is a good one.
Cool.
It's cute. It has fully animated cutscenes. Not a whole lot of them, but they're neat to be there at all. And it's a fun little 8 or 9 hour platform Metroidvania game. I'd recommend it.
Oh, excellent. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been looking at that a little bit as well. God, so many good games out right now.
Yeah. I was torn between like getting it or Xenoblade Remake, and I went with Shantae because it's $30 as opposed to $60. And I've already bought Xenoblade, I think, twice. So, which I mean, Xenoblade is good, but I don't know. I don't need a humongous JRPG in my life right now. I'm still puttering along at Dragon Quest on occasion. So
yeah, I also saw Dragon Quest was on sale. It's down to like $41.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth paying full price for.
Yeah, really. Okay, cool.
It's a really good port too. You can hardly tell the difference.
Really? Oh, good.
And it runs really smoothly. Like, I've played both versions, and they're both good.
Good.
Plus, Dragon Quest XI on the Switch has the good soundtrack.
Yeah. And it has 2D mode. You can play the whole game in 2D if you really wanted to.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
It looks like a Super Nintendo game. It's really cool.
Oh, very cool.
It's pointless, and, like, you have to keep a separate save file for it. You can't just, like,
Switch back and forth.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's there. They made a whole full demake of their own game you can play if you wanted to. Also, it's just huge. It's a humongous game. You definitely get your money's worth.
Cool. Oh, hey, sorry to jump back to this. So I was talking about Oops All Gokus. I hopped into the Dragon Ball Fighter Z Wikipedia page. So there are 40 characters currently. 5 of them are actual literal Gokus. And if you count Vegetas and combined forms and other things like that, there are 11 Gokus in a 40 character game. One fourth of the roster is Gokus.
And there's so many Dragon Ball characters. There's a lot of Dragon Ball guys.
Yeah, but no, instead you have to have Goku and Ultra Instinct Goku and also Blue Goku. And also Child Goku. Blue Goku.
Don't you dog on my old school Goku.
Stealth Combat Goku. Dino Damage Goku.
How about Vegito and Gogeta? Because they're both kind of Goku. I guess they were both one half Goku, making them, the two of them in total, one Goku.
That's like the composite Superman of Dragon Ball characters.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, they brought out fusions near the end of Dragon Ball Z. There's 2 different ways to do it. That's why the 2 different characters or 2 different combinations or whatever. But that's just my little bit of Dragon Ball trivia there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I talk about Bug Fables last time?
No, you didn't.
No.
That's a Switch game, and that's really good. It's Paper Mario, but bugs.
Nice.
See, when you made that comment before, I thought you were being like, kind of snarky about it.
No, it's literally Paper Mario with bugs. Like, the battle system is almost identical. When I play it with the sound turned down, the Paper Mario like music stings play in my head.
Oh yeah.
Like it's that close. Like when I win a battle, I can hear the Paper Mario victory song play in my head. It's so close.
Nice.
But I mean, it works and it's fun and the bug designs are cute. But it's just not the most original game design wise.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's if it's there to kind of scratch that itch of the original Paper Mario, then hey, why not?
I mean, it's not like Nintendo makes good Paper Marios anymore.
Fair, yeah.
I mean, hopefully that changes when the new one comes out next month, but
well, we'll see.
As of now.
Yeah, we'll have to cross our fingers and see. Hey, look in the group chat. This is the last thing I'm going to go back to. Here's a comparison of the Mortal Kombat PS4 versus Switch. As you can see, that is old Terminator from Terminator Dark Fate. One of them, he looks like the Terminator, and the other one, it looks like he was run through one of those Instagram filters that turns you into a weird cartoon.
Oh my god, like everything about it
is wrong and bad.
It looks like if they did Terminator Dark Fate on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
It looks like he has a fake beard and hair.
It does.
It looks like he has a fake everything. Look at his fingernails.
It's like someone cosplaying as the Terminator Dark Fate.
Everything about this picture I hate.
It's like somebody cosplaying Terminator Dark Fate and you're wearing glasses with Vaseline smeared all over them.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock how I see.
All right, I'm done interrupting. You guys go do your check-ums.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Animal Crossing has vacation juice, and now they have fruity wedding slushies.
Nice.
I love that. That's the Animal Crossing name for an alcoholic beverage is vacation juice.
You know, every time Isabel makes her announcements in the morning, I'm like, is that tea or is that whiskey?
She does love her whiskey.
She does start. She's getting started pretty early in the day.
She's on vacation.
Well, that's true. She's on vacation. Yeah, that's true.
When you live on an island, every day is island time. Well, we've been going through and watching old Sailor Moon.
That's always
nice.
a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, the dubbed Japanese version, not the 4Kids. You know.
Was it 4Kids or was it Cloverway?
I don't remember.
Anyway.
Yeah,
the redub they just recently did.
I think so. I don't know. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, that's the redub. It's pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't watched Sailor Moon in so long, and even then, I watched like the American TV version of it. So I'm like, man, I was like, it's taken an awful long time to introduce these other Sailor Scouts.
Oh yeah, she's a solo hero for like a little while, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 episodes.
And then, oh, it's a lot longer than that. We're on episode 30-something, and they only introduced Sailor Venus like maybe 6 episodes ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's interesting, and also I'm like, man, Luna is a real jerk to Usagi.
Oh yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Like, we get that she's kind of a bubblehead and cries all the time and doesn't want to be a superhero and just wants to eat cake and be a princess, but...
Well, who wouldn't?
I mean,
let's be honest.
I mean, if I could just be a princess and eat cake, I'd be all about it. Of the moon!
Queen of the moon. Queen of all that moon.
But it's not bad. Like, it's kind of fun, like, remembering the stuff that was different and then watching this and, like, how much it was changed for American television.
like why does Chibiusa have a gun?
We haven't gotten to Chibi Moon yet.
Oh, just wait till they first introduce her. The very first time she shows up, she's packing heat.
Yeah, she is child with gun.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we're still in the Tuxedo Mask being held captive or brainwashed or whatever by the Dark Kingdom people.
But he's not. What's the Arabian Nights version of him?
Oh,
Moonlight Night.
Yeah, the Moonlight Night.
His name's Archidemian or whatever his name is.
Endymion.
Prince and he's
Endymion.
that the whole time.
Yeah.
That's who he like actually is.
Yeah.
Prince Edamame.
Prince Edamame, yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it's not bad.
Best Sailor Scout, go. My favorite's Jupiter.
Mars.
Venus.
I don't know.
Of course you don't know.
I love them all.
That's an adequate choice, I think.
Yeah. I think Usagi would enjoy that answer.
Yeah.
All the jokes on like Jupiter's behalf on how she's like a Sasquatch of a woman, and then I didn't realize how like just boy crazy and kind of weird she is.
Oh yeah.
She's multifaceted though. She can kick your butt with Bruce Lee moves, and also like is a good cook.
Yeah.
Also drive a boat.
Also, she can drive a boat.
She can. Yeah, that's true. Like
There's a scene. There's like a lost episode. Well, not a lost episode, but there's an episode they skipped in America where they have like a sea adventure and they meet like a Loch Ness monster. But they're driving around in a boat, and Usagi goes, Minako is Venus. What's Jupiter's name?
That's why
Mako. She's like, Mako, I didn't know you could drive a boat. And she says, yeah, I can pretty much do anything.
But no, like every dude she sees, she's like, oh, that guy has a nose, just like the guy who broke my heart did. He's so dreamy. I'm like,
She did the same thing in the American version too. It was always, it reminds me of my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. I think it's funny that everyone talks about how tall she is, and according to the official Sailor Moon tabletop role-playing game, she is 5'7". She is canonically 5'7".
It's pretty tall for Japan.
I guess, but you figure she's, like 6 foot. That would be awesome. But no, just like 5'7". Usagi's like 4'11", I think, something like that.
which is kind of funny that I'm talking about this in this picture I put in the group chat, in the Vine or the line chat, just literally just popped up in my timeline. But yeah.
Yeah, that's about right for
Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
He does nothing. He is just the worst.
Sometimes he says something encouraging. Sometimes. But
mostly he calls her garbage and tells her she has a dumb meatball head.
That's when he's like in his civilian form. He's super supportive when he's Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hey, we've actually hit time, so let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get into some news.
Sailor Moon says, hey everybody, we're back. That was Moonlight Densetsu, an English cover by AmaLee, who does all kinds of English version covers of anime songs. She's worth looking up. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that track, I'd never heard of this singer before today, but that track was pretty cool.
Yeah, she came up on my Spotify suggestions one time, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Especially her cover of the Evangelion theme, Cruel Angel's Thesis.
That's another good, really good. Yeah, that's another good one. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
That song's already a jam.
Yeah, I was going to say that one. I haven't heard that cover, but that original was very good. So awesome.
It slaps, as the kids say.
It slaps, yes, as they say, yes. So yeah, let's get into a little bit of news, and the big news for the week was Sony had a big PlayStation trailer-thon, kind of. It's kind of a stand-in for an E3 presser, kinda, a little bit.
And this is what we would have saw if they would have done E3 this year. Well, if anybody would have done E3 this year.
Yeah, right. Right off the bat, I want to say I'm kind of bummed that there were no gameplay, like very little gameplay. It was almost all pre-rendered video of games, like trailers and stuff.
Yeah, they had gameplay sprinkled in on a couple of the games. It was better than they usually do.
Well, that's true. So what do we want to do? Do we want to just go down this list and give our 2 cents on some of the titles that popped up?
Yeah, we can do that. First, I want to say they do this thing every time Sony has one of these big events. They show their games without explaining them to you.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm supposed to get excited about this game if I don't have a good understanding of how it works.
But like, if it's a sequel or if it's based on another game's mechanics, that sort of thing, I can kind of get around that. But some of these, we got through the trailer and I was like, I don't know what I just saw, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no basis to judge this on anything.
Right.
Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah. That's the thing that makes Nintendo Direct so good, is they always explain, how it works as a game either before or after they show the trailer. They just don't do that with this.
More times than not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
occasionally they'd truck the developer out and they would say 2 lines.
Right. So anyway, let's go through this list. Go ahead.
It's still not enough to have it work right.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go through this list. First up was Grand Theft Auto 5 or GTA Online.
Not exciting.
No, same here.
This will be the 3rd console this game has been released on. To be fair, I have been playing it on PC lately because it was free on the Epic Store.
Oh,
and it's still fun, but GTA Online's not fun.
Okay, next up, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. It looks like it's a sequel to the Spider-Man game they put out a year or 2 ago. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a big system seller because that was a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah. That's the big kind of title they need to get people excited about PlayStation 5.
Yeah, this is a good launch title for PS5, for sure.
Especially since I have not met a single person who played that game and didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, there's just so much to it,
There's like a lot of good references. It's got solid gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean the brawls kind of all blend together, but beyond that, it's just a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoyed swinging around collecting all the backpacks.
Also, I love the fact that they didn't make it like an impossible scavenger hunt. You could just, it's over here and just find it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, next up, Gran Turismo 7.
It won't come out anytime soon.
Yeah.
The Polyphony always takes forever to release a Gran Turismo game, so this won't come out for another 4 or 5 years at the least.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
But I do like Gran Turismo. It's a fun driving game.
Yeah. I don't typically play a lot of racing games, so I have no dog in this fight.
It's super gearheady.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another one that'll sell a lot of systems when it comes out, but I wouldn't expect it to be like a launch title by any means.
Okay. What if they did a Fast and the Furious spin-off to Gran Turismo? It's Dom Toretto's Gran Turismo.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Gran Toretto.
Gran Toretto. Gran Toretto's Gran Torino.
Yeah.
And it has Clint Eastwood being racist.
Well, I was thinking Gran Toretto is Vin Diesel's grandmother, who is also a gearhead doing crimes in cars.
It's about family.
It is about family. All right. Next up, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So they're doing another Ratchet and Clank game.
It looked really cool. It has like some kind of dimensional shifting mechanic where you're like changing entire locations on the fly, just to kind of show off how fast the load times are on the PlayStation 5, I guess.
Nice.
But it was really impressive and almost disorienting looking how fast they would go from one place to the next.
Really? See, I'll be honest, I missed the first half of the live stream of this, so there's going to be a point where I'll have more to say about things. But I'm happy to see more Ratchet and Clank stuff. I like the characters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, other than the dimensional rifting, it looked like your standard Ratchet game.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
I
awesome.
don't think there's ever been a bad Ratchet game.
Yeah, there's been like samey ones, like they've did too many of them too fast, but they were all decent.
All right, Stray is next.
It's a game where you're in some sort of robot world, but you're a cat. That's what I gathered from the trailer that was all cinematic.
Okay. I mean, it sounds neat, but...
Yeah, it's interesting to play a game where you're a realistic cat.
Yeah?
Meow, meow.
Okay.
Oh, I think I remember seeing like a video for that game like a long time, like a year and a half ago or something.
Huh. I don't remember it, but you very well could have.
Oh, it's like it's like an kind of an open world game where you're cat. Like it was like I couldn't tell if it was a tech demo or what they were trying to do with it. I didn't know its name.
Yeah, you're a cat and everybody else is robots.
Oh, there you go. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Is this a Little Big Planet game?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
It is, but it doesn't look like it has any of like the creation features. It looks like it's just a platformer, but with Sackboy.
Interesting.
Who has a terrible name.
That is kind of an unfortunate name for his... Yes. But that's interesting. Yeah. That they're going to try to turn him into like a mascot character instead of a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want him to catch on so bad, but he just doesn't have enough going on, I don't think.
They're forcing it. They're forcing Sackboy.
Yeah. They really are. I mean, it's a cute design, but it all kind of like looks like a knockoff of like a Yoshi game.
Pretty much.
Like a Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Which I guess...
But Little Big Planet's been around since before that.
That's true. They did it first, but I don't know, but without the creation aspect, what's the point? Then you are just making a Yoshi game.
Yeah. Okay, what is Destruction All-Stars?
It looked like some sort of hero-based Destruction Derby game. It was hard to tell because there was no gameplay on that one.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of cars and then some characters avoiding getting hit by cars, but also smashing up cars. So why didn't they just make a Twisted Metal?
Yeah, that sounds more like a Twisted Metal game than anything. Where has Twisted Metal been? Like...
I don't know. There was that one on PlayStation 3 that they did a bad job.
Yeah. Well,
and then there hasn't been one since.
Yeah, I never played that one, but I remember seeing it, and it was really bad. I didn't like Twisted Metal Black.
I like Twisted Metal Black, but I was a gothy sad boy in high school, so it was very much up my alley at the time.
Oh, do you remember when they were trying to push that ice cream clown man in as like an actual character when they did PlayStation All-Star Battle?
Oh yeah, Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth, yeah, he was a playable fighter, and it's like this is a character that you never see. Well, I guess Captain Falcon is kind of in the same boat as Sweet Tooth.
You see him in the beginnings and the endings of the game.
Oh, that's true, I suppose.
In the glorious FMV endings that the original Twisted Metal has.
What I'm saying is Axel should have been in the fighting game, the PlayStation fighting game, and not Sweet Tooth, because he is the guy that is a man that has wheels for hands.
He would lend himself to interesting moveset.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. Axel for Smash. You heard it here. Okay, Kenna, Bridge of the Spirits.
It looked like some sort of cartoony third-person platformy type of thing with like a magic girl. It looked neat, but they didn't explain it very well.
I'm beginning to sense a theme with this.
Yeah.
They didn't explain it very well. Yeah. Okay, Goodbye Volcano High.
It is a narrative indie game is how they described it. With dinosaur people that have really cute designs, but once again, like they don't show gameplay. It looks like it could almost be a visual novel. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's like Life is Strange with dinosaur people. It was another really cinematic one.
Okay.
But it's worth looking at just because it has like a cel-shaded look and really cute human dinosaur designs.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, next up is Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, this is the point where I woke up from my nap and realized, oh no, there's a PlayStation 5 live event that I should probably tune into for the show. So I can actually talk a little bit about this. They did a demo of it, or a preview of it last year for E3, and it looked really good. It looks like you see a little more of like in-game with it this time around, and it's a lot more of like you see your hands. It's like a first person, and you're shooting magic out of your hands at monsters around Tokyo. And
yeah, a lot of really interesting, weird monster designs.
Very interesting designs, and the art style is kind of interesting. It's not exactly what I think they had planned based on the trailer from last year, but this it looks good. It looks good. It looks worth checking out for sure. We have Jet the Far Shore.
I'm pretty sure this is.
I'm pretty sure they were a band from the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, Godfall. So
this was that like medieval combat one.
It's like a medieval combat one where it's a third person, and it almost looks like you're doing fighting game moves with like swords and axes and stuff, but in a 3D open world kind of playground area. So if that's what it is, then I'm in. But also it's being published by Gearbox, and I don't know if I trust their stuff, frankly.
Yeah, not a huge Gearbox fan these days.
Not exactly, no. So we'll see. We'll see where that one goes. Solar Ash, I do not remember. What is this?
It's a sequel or prequel somehow related to Hyper Light Drifter.
Oh, is that what that is?
Which is a really cool like 2D Zelda-esque game, but this one's they've gone full 3D. It looks really cool. Hyper Light Drifter is a cool game, so this will probably be pretty rad too.
Awesome.
It is a rad game.
Very cool. Okay, Hitman 3. It looks like another Hitman game. I mean, it looks very nice because it's on the PS5, but and
the Hitman games are the last one anyway was pretty good. I played it for a little bit.
Yep.
It's fun.
Sneaking around doing crimes. That's the Hitman.
Doing the Hitman stuff, being the bald white guy.
Yep.
Who
Okay.
chokes people.
Yeah. Astro's Playroom, is this going to be a game that's packed on the PS5 as everybody gets this game?
It kind of seemed that way.
Yeah. It's like a cute little robot guy that pops out of your controller and you run around and do stuff. And it looked kind of neat. It looked kind of like a neat tech demo kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it'll be. It'll be like kind of a tech demo thing to show you what the controller can do. Because it can do some different stuff that controllers haven't traditionally done before, like the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers and stuff.
Yeah.
That looked neat.
Yeah, looks fine. What is Little Devil Inside?
It's like a Victorian-y open world sword and gun having game that has a really cool art style. Like the hero just looks really cool. He's got these big white eyes with black dots.
Oh yeah, that's the one where it looks like he's a world adventurer, and it kept cutting back to his butler living in his house while he's out having adventures or something. Is that the one? Yeah.
I don't know. I really like this. I think it looks really neat.
It looked fun. It looked pretty awesome.
I just really like the art style it has.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same here. Okay, we have NBA 2K21. So if you like basketball, guess what? There's more of it.
There's basketball, man.
Yep.
They're gonna pass around that orange ball.
Yeah. You can now count every individual drop of sweat on a player's face. So if you're looking forward to that, there you go.
This is gonna be like people's dads are gonna walk in thinking like there's a basketball game on TV.
Yeah, because the graphics do look very realistic. It looks really good.
I can almost guarantee that's gonna happen somewhere.
Oh yeah. What I'm wondering is there going to be another story mode written by Spike Lee?
With basketball ghosts?
With basketball ghosts, yes. Okay, Bug Snacks. Your Muppets that eat bugs that are food, and then you turn into the food.
Yeah, it's not really clear on what that exactly means, like game-wise.
Incredibly unclear, but they look like Muppets. They just look like Muppets. And that's pretty
really
great.
Cute.
Yeah, it's neat.
It's by the people who did Octodad, and that game is fantastic and hilarious.
Yeah,
so
Octodad is great. Yeah.
Man, I remember playing the original Octodad.
It's a solid game that is also genuinely funny. Like, from a gameplay aspect, the gameplay itself is funny, which is interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, looking forward to that. They're doing a remake of Demon Souls. Cool.
Which I was weirdly tickled by that, and I don't know why, because I'm not a big Souls guy.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to see them go back to the Demon Souls instead of it being Dark Souls. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, hey, it's back.
Yeah, right. Same here. I was excited to see it back, but I'm probably not going to play it because those games give me so much rage.
Yeah, I always go in thinking, like, this is the one I'm going to get into, and I'm going to enjoy it, and then I don't.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, I just get mad, and I quit. I wanted to like Sekiro so much, but
I hear that a lot from a lot of different people. Yeah.
Because even, like, that's... The setting even worked for me. Like, I like the samurai stuff. That's cool, but... Just too... It's not fun.
Yeah.
Just too aggravating and not fun. For me, personally.
Yeah. Okay, so we have... we're coming up near the end of the list here. We have Deathloop, which they also had a trailer for last year at E3 times. Or I guess it's their PlayStation whatever event.
Yeah, this one actually had, like,
playable
one trailer. It was super coherent. Like, this is how you do it.
Yeah. So
also, the game looks awesome.
The game looks awesome. You're basically a guy that is, like, the world is constantly resetting. Like, you're, every time you die, you come back, like Groundhog's Day, kind of. And you're being hunted by other people, but it looks fun. It looks interesting. Yeah,
he's got to take out like 8 other assassins, all while being chased by another assassin, and it looks really cool and really stylish.
That's the best way to put it.
It's by the Dishonored people, and all the Dishonored games are really good. And there's a lot of similar moves I noticed from the gameplay footage. So I'm excited for this one. It should be fun.
Resident Evil Village. This is also Resident Evil 8. I don't know. Looks like a spooky game.
It looks a lot like the last one, which I loved. I loved Resident Evil 6. This one's in first person too. I've read, so I'm excited for it. I liked that change. I know it's controversial, but I think it worked really well. Of course, I played the whole thing in VR too, so that made it, It's by far the best VR game that I think has been released that I've played.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played, like, that new Half-Life one that's supposed to be real good, but I also don't have the $1,000 VR set up for that.
Right, yeah. We have Pragmata, or as my brain keeps calling it, I can't believe it's not Kojima.
Oh, yeah, I literally thought this was a Koji Pro game.
Yeah, it looks just weird enough and just space agey enough and everything. I swore it was by the guy who did Death Stranding. And I thought the main character was Ludens. Yeah, same here.
Their mascot at first.
Right. So, the trailer showed almost nothing of the gameplay or the story. You're on Earth and then you're in space and there's a little girl that might be a robot. I don't know. And also a spaceman? I don't know.
And it's Capcom, so, I mean, it could be good.
It could be good.
It could also be not good. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never exactly know with them. They could knock it out of the park, or they could make, like, a beatdown.
Yeah, right.
Or final fight streetwise.
Yeah. A Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Because, All right, the last one we have on the list is Horizon Forbidden West, which is a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
I'm
Which
super excited about this.
I've heard was a great game, but was unfortunately buried by Zelda Breath of the Wild on release. So
Yeah, they both came out at the same time, and Breath of the Wild kind of ate its lunch.
yeah, so hopefully this one gets a chance, you know?
Yeah, because it didn't deserve to have Zelda eat its lunch. That's just how it shook out.
Yeah.
This looks cool though. I mean, I knew right away it was Horizon because I heard Ashley Birch. I'm like, that's Aloy. This is a Horizon game. Hunting robot dinosaur monsters with a bow and arrow. What's not to like?
Exactly. Yeah. Just give me more of that. So before we move off of the PlayStation 5 thing, was there anything about the new system itself that you wanted to highlight?
It looks like a space age trapper keeper.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I don't hate the design, but I don't love it either.
I think it's a bit much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a router.
It does look like a router with a trapper wrapped around it.
It looks like it's gonna be a pain in the dust.
Well, yeah.
I think all the Sony systems have been, because they always do that black.
Mm-hmm.
Either glossy or matte black, and either way, they're just like dust magnets.
Yeah.
I mean, all electronics are dust magnets.
The controller looks good. I like the unique things that it does.
Yep, I agree. I'm interested in seeing more of the specs for the system when they release that. I think it's interesting that they're doing a version with a disk drive and a version without. So kind of moving away from physical media a little more, which is kind of neat. You know, there's a positive and negative with that, certainly.
Yeah.
But
I like that you have the option.
Yes, the option is there, and I like that. So, yeah, I'm also curious to see what the price is going to be on this thing. Ballpark, what do you think? What are you guys thinking?
I think we're gonna be lucky if it's $4.99.
Yeah, I'm saying it's going to push 600.
Yeah.
I think
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think the two versions will have different price points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be getting a deal with the digital only one. I'll bet it's at least $50 to $100 cheaper.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say $450 for the digital only and $600 for the one with the disc drive. That is my guess.
Yeah. That sounds about right. It's going to be too much, basically.
Yeah, too much. That's the answer. It's too much. All right. Well, hey, we have time for one more quick thing. And actually, I think what we're going to do is we received an email from one of our listeners, Jerry, and he asked us just a whole bunch of questions. We're not going to read through the entire email, but one of the things he mentioned was the turnover for the CW Batwoman show, where Ruby Rose left the show. Now, we talked about that on the show briefly, but there wasn't a whole lot of news about it when we did talk about it. The news now is that not only is Ruby Rose leaving the show, her character is going to be leaving the show, like going to be written out of the show, and the series is going to be picking up with a completely separate Batwoman. How do you think that's going to work?
It's a weird idea, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of confused how CW is going to get away with this one. Now, granted, a couple years ago, I would have said, well, there's no way they're going to do a televised version of Crisis on Infinite Earths and bring 40, 50 characters from all these different shows into one crossover event. And yet here we are, and have it maintain a stable quality, maybe not the best quality, but a stable quality throughout
CW level quality.
At least CW level quality, yeah. I'm not sure if they would create a new character whole cloth for the Batwoman series, or if they would go back and try to shoehorn a previous comics character into the role. I don't know what they're going to do. This is kind of a weird... This would be like if Stephen Amell decided after 3 seasons of Arrow, he didn't want to do Arrow anymore, and they had to find another Arrow.
And they made, like, Dibble be Arrow.
Right. Well, not even that, because at least Dibble was previously established on the series. They're finding, from what I understand, they're going to start with a brand new character for Batwoman.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's really bizarre.
That's what I was saying.
Call for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be very weird. Jerry also asked if we had watched the new series Stargirl. Have not watched it yet. I actually have the first 4 episodes sitting on my computer, so I will probably be reviewing that next week. The other thing he mentioned, he found on the Comet TV streaming network, Sharktopus versus Terracuda.
Terracuda is brilliant.
That's a brilliant name, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a couple of the Sharktopus movies. Sci-Fi Channel used to, I don't know if they still produce them, but I know the first couple of Sharktopus, the Sharktopus 1 and Sharktopus versus Mega Gator or something like that. There was one where there was a giant killer alligator that was fighting the Sharktopus.
I'm always a fan of the ghost shark.
Ghost shark, yeah.
The shark that's a ghost that can show up anywhere where there's water.
Yeah, I do like that. Now, I think those kind of movies walk a very, very fine line. The thing that makes bad movies good is that the creators took it seriously. That's why The Room is good, and everything else Tommy Wiseau has done is terrible.
Yeah, because when he was making The Room, he was being earnest.
Yes, the earnestness is what makes a bad movie great.
Yeah.
Like the Sharknado movies, I can't stand the Sharknado movies. I watched the first couple, and I think I enjoyed the first one. There are bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And for the time,
first one was fun.
It was fun and fine, but they were clearly making it to be a bad movie, and you lose a lot of the joy when you have that. But I don't know, this Sharktopus versus Terracuda, as long as they aren't constantly winking at the audience going, hey, this is wacky and stupid. Don't you get it? Don't you get the joke? As long as they're not doing that, I'm sure it's enjoyable. And last thing, Cody, any local cuisine that you want to highlight?
Oh, you really put me on the spot here.
I know, I am. That's why I asked.
They know me at the Penn Station because I get Penn Station so often.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, becoming a regular.
Apparently. It was like, oh, it's Cody. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm that guy.
What's your usual go-to? What's your go-to sandwich?
It used to be the pizza sub, but they don't have sausage anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, weird.
And that kind of sucks. I mean, it's still good without the sausage, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
A lot of times I've been getting the cheesesteak with extra steak.
Ooh, that's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's hard to beat a good pizza sub.
There
are Payne's Pizza in town has a great pizza sub. Tubby's has an amazing pizza sub. Their pizza sub is I love Tubby's pizza, but sometimes you just want a sandwich, and man, that's the
thing
stuff.
I like about Penn Stations is that they melt that cheese on there real good.
They get a real good, yeah.
They get a real good melt on that crisp bread. It's real good.
Hey, do you remember when we used to have a Quiznos in town? Remember when Quiznos was a thing? I loved Quiznos.
I loved Quiznos.
I used to go eat there all the time. Mad. Oh, yeah.
There's a honey bacon something sandwich that was so good.
A bourbon chicken for me, man.
Get it anymore.
Bourbon chicken all day, every day at the Quiznos.
Now it's like a vape store.
Yeah, it's like a vape store.
No, I think it's a cell phone store.
No, it's next to the vape store. and the legal gambling place.
Yeah. That used to be Mr. Ego's.
It used to be Mr. Ego's, yeah. Yeah, you'd go in, you'd get your sandwich, you'd go and play some Halo at Mr. Ego's.
Yep.
That's your afternoon, yeah. 2005 through 2007, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that, I think we have pretty well wrapped things up. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
And give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. Leave us a voicemail, and we'll answer it and or play it on the show. The number for that is 586-372 8020. Tell us.
Your favorite sandwich.
Yes. let's talk sandwiches.
Let's talk hot sandwiches. Let's talk cold sandwiches. I want to know both. Because there is a difference. There is a difference between a hot sandwich and a cold sandwich, for sure.
I'm a hot sandwich man.
Yeah.
It depends on my mood. I'll go a hot Reuben sometimes. That's very good. But sometimes you just want a cold bologna sandwich. Sometimes that's, I'm a simple man. Give me that bologna sandwich. Anyway, you can also find our show on various podcast apps like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in this week, and we will be back next week.
Don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
What?
No. No one wants